Trigger Q&A time with our guest, Cara Santa Maria. She, of course, is the host of Talk Nerdy, a weekly science podcast. So excited to have you here. All right, so here we go. Coming in from Facebook, Alex Martinez. I know Cara and Sam are huge fans of punk rock. So what are the rest of the panel's favorite punk rock bands, if you guys have any?
Oh, yeah, the Cramps.
Okay.
Nice.
What are your favorite punk rock bands?
Oh, you know, I love Bad Religion. I always go back to Bad Religion.
Me
I love
too.
NoFX. I grew up on
Yes.
NoFX. So, I mean, those are kind of obvious, but they're definitely ones I listen to a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
When I was in college, we were in a fraternity and we pretended to be a cappella group called Hittin' It. And we'd sing together on the sand by NoFX. And all the freshman dorms while just pretty blackout drunk.
That's
But
hilarious.
that was it. But other than that, no, just the hardcore ones like Blink.
I share your love for definitely Bad Religion, and then definitely my all-time favorite is Minor Threat. Yep. Okay, so coming in from Olivia J. Pina French, what is your major? Do you find it hard to find other women who are studying or did study a scientific major? So I guess what was your major? Do you find that men don't take you seriously? I ask these questions because I'm an engineering student. Even though I love everyone on Pop Trigger, I'm so glad that there is going to be a female scientific voice on the panel, and I really want to pick your brain. And then there's this mathematical equation. What does that mean?
I have no idea. I'd have
Does
to
it mean
work
like I love you or something? It's really clever, I'm sure.
I'm sure it is.
Jesus.
Then there's a clever equation, and then it says,
I mean, it's hard because there's cube roots in there. It's kind of hard to.
and then it says hashtag I'm such a nerd. Oh, I love you, Olivia.
Aw.
What
Okay,
if
so
that math equation was actually like, suck I hate all of you?
okay, so first of all, what was your major?
So I studied, my undergrad was psychology with a philosophy minor. I started as a vocal jazz performance major, which is super random. I went to a big music school, but changed that to psych and philosophy. My master's degree was biology with a concentration in neuroscience.
Wow.
And I started a PhD in clinical neuropsychology, but I left my PhD there.
And then it says, do you find it hard to find other women who are studying or did study a scientific major?
You know what? Weirdly, I did find it harder when I was in school, which is weird because I'd be surrounded by them. But I have a really great group of friends now here in LA who have science degrees. Since I kind of got into science communication, I found a tight-knit group. My best friend has a PhD in molecular neuroscience from Caltech. Another very good friend of mine has an optics degree and works at JPL as an optics engineer, working on like space.
And these are all women.
And these are all women.
See, that is awesome.
Yeah, there's a lot of really cool, really strong, really smart women out there. I think don't be afraid if you're in school right now, if you're studying engineering. I know there's not that many women in your department. Don't be afraid to reach out to all the ones that you can find. And also, there should be women's groups that maybe multiple universities get together for conferences and things like that. And that's a great way to reach out and find other girls who are into the same stuff you are.
Follow Cara on her weekly science podcast. That'd be really fun for her too.
I interview a lot of really cool, smart science
good.
chicks on Talk Nerdy. Also, if you follow me on Twitter at Cara Santa Maria, I have a ton of friends that I'm always retweeting.
Love that.
Very cool, strong, smart science girls.
Perfect. And then from Josue.
Josue.
Okay, from Josue Ortega Quero. He says, Cara, how do you make the progression from scientist to science communicator? And then he gives you a boop from Peru. Yeah,
Ooh.
Josue. Woo, Josue.
Josue.
I love Josue.
Joshua.
It's really the same thing.
You're right.
I went from having a classroom of 30 students or 60 students to having a whole bunch of people listening. I think the truth is when you're teaching science in university level, your audience is the same, I think, as public science communication. So it's people who maybe have a middle school, high school background. You can't expect everybody to be coming in at the same level. And I think we don't give our audience enough credit in television, in web, in whatever.
I agree.
I think, truth be told, people are smarter than we give them credit for. And I say all the time to other science communicators that you should never underestimate the intelligence of your audience, but you should underestimate their vocabulary. Because if you didn't study science, you don't know what all those words mean.
Yes, science!
Good point.
If you communicate using different words, a lot of times you can get really complicated topics across. You just don't have to use the vocab.
I love that. And now from Twitter, from Brian Carhu, ever gotten away with a huge lie? Can you tell? Puerto Rican boop, super fan. Thank you. Ever gotten away with a huge lie?
Yes.
Ooh, you're quick. What?
Yes. 4th grade.
What? Do tell.
group of people, room full of people. Someone's talking. All the kids from we were in like this 3-classroom trailer with walls. Everyone was in the same room. And Jamie Quattlebaum or Michael, they're twins, the Quattlebaums.
Oh God.
They were just being hilarious because they're just twins. And I was laughing, that laugh. You're like,
Yeah.
and suddenly you just
What
hear.
is going on?
And suddenly you just hear. And I farted. And I blamed it on Becky. And everyone thought that Becky farted. And it was me! I'm sorry, Becky, but I farted.
It's horrible.
Why did you blame it on a boy? Boys don't care as much.
See, that's what I did.
It wasn't that I said she farted, but someone was like, Becky farted, and I let it pretend.
Yeah, I did that to a guy, and the people then started calling him Fart Man in 7th grade. And I still feel horrible about it.
Boys fart all the time. They don't care.
You guys can blame your farts on me whenever you want. I will take ownership, especially if they're rank.
Okay, we have to keep moving on. From Alex Martinez, Cara has said she wanted to be a jazz singer originally. Did you guys ever have any other dream jobs? I knew I always wanted to work like as a host and stuff, but there was a period where I wanted to be a veterinarian.
Couldn't say it. That's the only reason she stopped. Couldn't say it.
But I wanted to be a veterinarian, and there was also a period where I went to Disneyland and I thought that it would be fun to be the guys picking up the poop after the horses. I was like 5.
You don't have to. You know why?
Why?
There's a little thing behind their
There's a
butts
bucket.
that
I didn't know
catches
that.
from
Not
their
when I was
buttholes.
5, Brett. I just wanted to be around animals.
That technology didn't come along till way. The bucket technology.
She wanted to be a poop bucket. She grew up.
I wanted to be a mechanic.
Yeah.
Nice.
Believe it or
Oh.
not. Yeah.
Like what?
Sexy.
Yeah.
Cars?
Cars.
Or cars?
Cars. And my dad bought me a toolkit. And
Aw.
yeah.
Okay, we don't have time to go around the horn. Sorry, Brett. He got the lying one. We got to space it out. From Bruce Roos. Bruce says, one thing or someone you wish existed. Love you all, Dream Recorder. Or someone
I mean, the
you
girl
wish
with the 4
existed.
vaginas from earlier.
Okay, so
From the other video. If you go back to the other video.
Yeah. Okay,
See
4
what I mean.
vaginas for Brett.
Oh, a time machine.
Yes. Yes, I could. Yes.
That
yes,
would be
yes.
awesome.
That would be
But
awesome.
then it would ruin everything for everyone.
No, but a time machine that doesn't do the butterfly effect thing.
Okay. I like that.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
right.
There you go.
While we're at it.
What do I want? Oh, the limitless pill, except without the side effects.
Yes. That's amazing.
So
And I-
basically Adderall.
Yeah.
Like a lot of Adderall.
And I want a genie in the bottle. Okay, coming in from Steven Kabaka. If you could go into science, what field would you choose and why? Same question goes to Cara if she hadn't picked neurobiology.
So, and this kind of goes to the other question too. When I was little, I wanted to be a paleontologist all the time. From the time I was in kindergarten, I love dinosaurs. I still love dinosaurs. I'm obsessed. I didn't study it formally, but it's kind of my hobby.
Okay, so that's it. Thank you so much, everybody, for sending in your questions. We love you guys. And big thank you to our guest, Cara Santa Maria. You can please follow her podcast, her weekly science podcast. It's Talk Nerdy. Where can they find it? Is it talknerdy.com?
You can go to carasantamaria.com/podcast or just go to iTunes, Stitcher, all the great places that carry
Nerdy.
podcasts. Yeah, look for Talk Nerdy with Cara Santa Maria.
And also check her out on Tech Now on Al Jazeera America. She's really good on it. And we will see you all next time on Pop Sugar.